As soon as your passion's gone, there's no love in the food, and even though it tastes good, a lot of people are gonna say something's missing. And I've noticed that. Because I
either salt
or
love.
I got this feeling. Inside my bones.
Hey everyone, happy Tuesday. I just finished running around a little bit because I wanted to show you something I do to stay confident. And it helps me stay confident because when I'm pushing myself when I exercise, you just keep telling yourself you could do it. Go, go, go. And I keep proving myself to myself of what I could do. So that's why exercising makes me out of breath as hell, but confident. I hope you enjoy today's episode. We are in Gail's lovely kitchen today, and we are making...
Right now I'm making some simple salmon dish that you can cook on your own if you're home late from work, or anything that you want to just simply present yourself. Make yourself look like you're a chef. It's very simple, very easy, and very quick.
What is it, girl?
It's salmon with roasted tomatoes and some cauliflower couscous. Because sometimes couscous is a little bit heavy and a lot of people do not like couscous. So we're going to start with that. Heating a pan with olive oil.
Yes.
And for this, you want to start your sides before your salmon, because your salmon is going to take around 5 to 6, 7 minutes. You don't want to overcook it, and you don't want to serve it warm. You want to serve it piping hot, just like the rest of your dish.
And how are you going to make this salmon today? Are you going to make it medium well, medium rare? How do you like it?
Our salmon in Vancouver is not graded for like sashimi or whatever that is that we get from Asian restaurants. So to be on the safe side, you have to make sure that it is at least medium well, at least. But for me, I like to take my salmon out at medium, let it set, and let it sit down for at least around 5 or 10 minutes, and just let it cook on itself by carryover cooking. Because salmon doesn't stop cooking when you take it out in the oven, it stops cooking when it stops being warm. And that is a lot of people's mistake, is when they cook salmon, they take it out as soon as it's cooked, and then by the time that they serve it, it's well done, and it's
and then it's flaky and
chewy,
and
it's
that's not how you should enjoy fish.
Yes.
You should just cook it till it's warm all the way through, right?
Warm all the way through,
so it flakes nicely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
And smooth.
Yeah. I'm gonna start with blending my cauliflower with a blender. You guys should. Not a lot of houses have this, but what you can do is hand chop it for like a good.
I got this feeling inside my bones. It goes electric wavy when I turn it on. All through my city, all through my home. We're flying up those ceilings when we're in our zone. I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good song in my feet. Feel that hot blood in my body.
Look at that nice toss. Bam, bam, bam.
And what I like is I add a little bit of paprika.
Oh, that's going to be a nice color.
Yeah. Give it that little spice and little sweetness.
Ooh, I can't take my eyes above it. Moving so phenomenally. You gon' like the way we rock it. So don't stop. And under the lights, when everything goes. Nowhere to hide when I'm getting you close. When we move where you already know. So just imagine. Nothing I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Good creeping up on you, so just dance, dance, dance.
Is the roasted
tomatoes.
tomatoes.
Silicone.
Yes, it's called silpat. It's been used a lot, that's why it's got stains. But this is what I use because I don't spend any more money on parchment papers. I just put it on and I just wash it and I'm done.
Cookies, anything you want.
Anything you want. First thing that you do with your tomatoes is you basically kind of marinate them. A little bit of olive oil.
You're cooking.
Cooking olive oil. Around a teaspoon, tablespoon. Or let's say around 4 ounces, 2 ounces per serving. Some sea salt. And you just let that.
Do you want me to do the pepper for you? Let me help.
Sure. Pepper. Keep going. That's good. Put a little bit of garlic in there.
Nice.
To give it that taste.
All those things I shouldn't do, but you dance, 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 and ain't nobody leaving, so keep dancing. We're flying up to flying, diddy, fly on, flying up, no sea lion, flying, did I see lion? We're flying, turn it on, up to flying, diddy, fly on, flying up, no sea lion, flying, did I see lion? We're flying, turn it on. All those things I shouldn't do, but you dance, 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 and ain't nobody leaving, so keep dancing.
And you see that caramelization right there. And that's gonna give it that taste with that lemon. And it's starting to roast perfectly. Now once you see some of these tomatoes starting to burst, you can start cooking your salmon. This is one part about the dish that is not very healthy. I'm gonna use butter to cook my salmon with garlic and thyme.
It's such a good combination. You have to have the balance, right? It's not about being extreme. You're not going to cut out... Well, I don't cut out butter. I just limit it because I'm going to still have butter in my life. To me, there's no use cutting something out if I'm going to continue. Just have, good portions.
Give that a little bit.
And I see the smoke, so it's getting nice and hot.
2 cloves of garlic. And don't worry if it's not sizzling. It'll sizzle in a bit.
Okay.
And with your salmon, what I do is I rub it with salt.
Okay.
You don't flavor it, you rub it in. Don't worry to get in there. You just grab your salt and you can cook this with filleted salmon. It would be way better. Or you can cook it with these kind of salmons, but you have to make sure that you fillet them yourselves. And as soon as that starts sizzling, you put your salmon skin side down.
Ooh. Do you see how it shrivels up?
Yeah.
I love it. There's music to my ears. Ooh, it smells so good, Gail. Seriously.
And the secret...
And the garlic.
Yes. The secret to that is you add your thyme. As soon as it starts sizzling up, you've got your thyme. Just a bunch load of thyme and you're good to go. And
that's why you don't want the garlic too big either. It will burn, right? Or too small, sorry.
There we go.
Make it rain.
Flip. You see that? That's crispy. And you move and it's crispy.
And it will continue when you put it in the oven.
Continue.
Yeah.
And after that, you just want that on the side, and it'll start cooking, and you put it in the oven for 4 minutes.
4 minutes, okay.
For 425 degrees, just like your roasted tomatoes.
Okay.
They're going to be cooking at the same time. As you can see, this salmon is not yet cooked to its perfection. They're still pink inside, but I'm going to take it out and let it sit. Let it sit. And let it cook on its own. I just leave it right there. And then I take out my roasted tomatoes. They're cooked. Perfectly cooked. And before anything, I season it with pepper.
How come?
Just on the top.
Just because.
Just give it that spiciness with that couscous.
Oh, right.
Ooh. With that salmon.
Yeah.
And it's still sizzling, but it's not perfectly cooked. You can see right there, it's still a little bit pink.
And that's how I like mine.
Yeah.
I like mine quite.
So just dance, dance, dance. So just dance, 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 come on. I got this feeling inside my bones. It goes electric wavy when I turn it on. All through my city, all through my home. We're flying up those ceilings when we're in our zone. I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good song in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes above it, moving so phenomenally. You gon' like the way we rock it, so don't stop. Nothing I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. And you're good creeping up on you, so just dance, dance, dance. All those things I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. And ain't nobody leaving, so keep dancing.
We have Gail with us, and she made such an amazing dish. I was
Cute.
melting in my chair, and I was just like, I zoned out. And I think
Everybody
I
can do it, you know?
It was so good. I know what it's like to be cook in a restaurant, and I know that it's always male dominated. So in your experiences, how has that been for you? Have you usually been one of the only girls?
Oh, ooh. I started in the industry almost 5 years ago. And my first kitchen job was at the airport in a pizza place, and it was all male, and I was the only female. And then it started to regenerate to being all females. So that was a little bit more comforting. And then as soon as I got into a corporate job, I went in and I was basically the only girl. The other girl that worked with me was on days, and we barely saw each other. So when I get into work, it felt like I was the only one.
So what was the challenge? What was the challenge being in a male-dominated environment, if there was any?
Working with guys that think girls cannot do the kitchen. This guy basically made me crash and made me wanted to quit cooking on its own. And he was this tough guy, not even any higher than me. He was in the same station, probably was just there longer than me, and he would always make me feel like I didn't belong in the kitchen. Would ask stupid questions and think that I wouldn't be able to answer. Very condescending, testing me and all that kind of stuff. And when I was about to quit, he got fired. So it kind of worked out for me. But after that, it didn't stop there. I got promoted to a position where I was within 3 months. That was within 3 months. I proved myself. I got promoted to a position as being a caller, which in every single station at the place that I work at, there's 3 huge stations, and every 3 stations there's 3 small stations. And the lead on that station is called a caller. So you have the bottom end caller, the top end caller, and then you have the oven caller. And when I got promoted, it was hard because nobody was listening to me, you know? Everybody's like, how the hell did this?
Everyone's, she's gonna tell us what to do.
Exactly. It's like, how is this girl telling me how to do my job when I've been here longer than her and all that kind of stuff? And I cried a lot. And I didn't have a lot of friends because, you know, I was a little bit shy back then. And then my sous chef sat me down and he was like, what the hell is wrong with you? It's like, I put you in that position because I believed in you. And that gave me some confidence. I went right back in there, and I just didn't. Starting from that day, I just started to pick myself back up. I was being pushed to the edge every single day that I'm in, and my head chef is just like, hey, I'm just gonna keep pushing you until you show what you're made of, right? And I just started not taking shit from anybody. That moment just gave me a momentum of keep going.
That someone believed in you.
That someone
when you can't
yeah.
even. It's a lot of impact
It's a lot of impact when your head chef himself pushes you through the edge to the point where you're like, you can't take this, but he's like, hey,
in the
come
right
on.
way.
Yeah.
In the right way.
Like, he's like, let's go, go, go. It's like you don't stop. You keep rising. You keep rising. And day after day, week after week, I got recognized by my sous chefs. And it took a few months for them to recognize that, hey, she's a leader. She's a natural born leader in the kitchen. And everybody started respecting me the way that I respected them. And I started to learn how to deal with other people in a way that I give you respect, you gave me the same back.
So when I was writing, just like my notes about today, I wrote some words to describe you, just so you guys get like, you know, a feel for how she is and the vibes. Okay, right. So shark-like. And that's because she's a little shark, full of energy. When I see her, she's always like
eager for,
yeah, very determined. And lioness, because you're very confident, and that's what I admire very much. Because I've heard some other stories of what went down in the kitchen, and I could relate, because I'm usually one of the only females as well in the kitchen, so I know how hard it could be. So I really appreciate and look up to how you carry yourself. Yeah. So thank you so much. I really appreciated you today. Your food was so good. It was so good.
I was actually nervous, like, when she like said, like, I'm just gonna wing it.
Ooh, I loved it. I loved it. And I'm gonna make it myself at home probably later tonight because I want some more, but we have no more. So thanks again. I appreciate it. And yeah. Give them El Quarantine instead. It's very cool.